Today's haul: got dragon fruit, banana, a bunch of meat, 5 pounds of ground pork, 5 pounds of ground beef, papaya, lunch at the farm, and now we're headed back where I'm going to go surf, take a chill, come here dog, and then we're headed to the Big Island tonight for company Christmas party. 30 of us rolling out. It's gonna be rowdy. I don't drink, but there's gonna be drinks. We're going on the boat tonight in the Big Island for Manta Ray tour, and then we're going tomorrow back out on the boat, back tomorrow night, and then next week busy week of tours and all this. Anyways, the point of this video, that's just my intro. It has nothing to do with it. I'm gonna share with you guys common pitfalls and obstacles with developing computer trading systems and algo trading. And this includes myths. It includes a variety of issues. Some of them are things I've talked about multiple times. Some of them are things that I'll be talking about for the first time in this video, so make sure to stick around. So the first is, you cannot be manually backtesting. It's way too time intensive. And it gives inaccurate results because of unconscious biases where you want to see a system works. So discretion creeps into the backtesting. For almost all of us, it's just, it's inaccurate and it's too much time. So you do need to figure out a way to get computer backtesting. The platforms out there like Capitalized AI, Symphony, they're no good. My favorite one is PineScript coding on TradingView. That gives good backtesting. You do need to double check the trades to confirm that it works. But this way you can quickly, once you have your indicator, your strategy tester, if you're a non-technical person, you can quickly test it on a variety of assets. So you don't need to be super technical. I'm not. If you're conceptual. Conceptual means you have ideas for trading systems. It is good to learn a little bit of code so you understand how computers talk and think, and what a rule-based system means of steps, filters, triggers and filters. So you have triggers and filters, or different sorts of rules. But what you can do, you could hire a dev, you could partner with someone who's hired a dev, or you could partner with a quant, and depending on where you are, or you can learn yourself, and with ChatGPT it can really help you. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way, but personally I choose to partner with people, and I'm able to do this because I have something to offer, which is conceptual, and also then I additionally have something to offer, which is profit split later on if I sell the indicator, or I allow them to run the bots on my capital. So that's getting started. Now, the biggest mistake that I see in developing computer systems, and this I've talked about a lot, so I'm not going to belabor it too much, but it is developing over-optimized systems that look amazing but are overly fragile. A fragile system is a system where if you switch any one parameter, it doesn't work anymore. So you change the asset and it's no longer profitable. You change the stop loss, or you change the entry trigger. You change too many things, any one thing, and it breaks. And the problem with this is because if you're over optimized, especially if it's not a long sample, 100 or less trades, 5-10 years, the future is less likely to repeat as the past, right? The point of a system, a trading system, is you want it to be very likely that the future looks like the past. And the way to do that is by having a robust system that looks at very, very long trading periods. And there's data on TradingView that goes back over 100 years on gold and over 100 years on Dow Jones. So that's a good place to start, is you want a system that works on gold, Dow Jones, maybe silver, maybe NASDAQ, whatever has the longest price history. You can look at commodities, but you want it to be robust where it works on all of them, and avoid trying to optimize, avoid trying to get the best return. Try to get a return that works on everything, where you can change the asset, it's still profitable. Change the stop loss, it's still profitable. Change the entry model, it's still profitable. So that is the biggest thing, and that's why I lost the most money trading algos early 2024 on the Forex market, is the strategies weren't robust. We changed the assets, and they were fragile, they broke, they didn't work, and that made it so that it was likely that the backtesting was just noise, right? So a backtest isn't always real, right? I mean, it's real, but it doesn't always repeat. You can chart Nicolas Cage movies to drowning deaths in a pool, and it charts, right? It's just random, it just happened to work, right? So you don't want to trade something that just happened to work. It also helps for your computer systems is knowing why it works, which is related. Because why is Nicolas Cage movies related to drowning deaths? It's not. So if you don't understand why your trading system works, it's much harder. It's much better to trade a system that starts from a fundamental concept of this should work because of X, Y, Z. So, and that's a good place to start trading from, is you develop conceptual ideas about the market, and then you go and you get set up to computer backtest them. Now, beyond that, in computer backtests, there's other issues. One of them we'll talk about is liquidity. So if you have a computer system that trades, say, exotic Forex pairs like the Swedish kroner and the European currency, or you're trading obscure altcoins, it might not work in practice, or it also won't be very scalable, because you end up, if you succeed at all, you end up running size that just breaks the system because there's not sufficient liquidity. So there you may have a system that looks insane for trading altcoins or some kind of obscure foreign currencies, but it doesn't work. So I mean, I learned this when I was trading every Forex pair as part of my suite of strategies, and I discovered that you actually cannot trade a lot of things because the liquidity is not there. The spreads are too wide. If you end up running any kind of size, you have a bad time. So that's an issue. Another related issue is in the foreign currency market, in Forex, rollover. If you don't know what rollover is, you're lucky, because rollover is an insane scam by the institutions in Forex that no other asset has to deal with. Where basically right at the close, the spreads widen massively, and if your stop is anywhere nearby or your liquidation is anywhere nearby, it just takes you out at a fat loss. And you look at the chart and the price didn't change, but the spread widened massively. And on the majors, your spread might widen by like 4 pips. But on the minors, your spread might widen by 30, 40, even 80 pips. And you're like, your stop is way far away, you're in profit. And you took a fat loss, and you look at the chart and you're actually in profit. And price didn't, and it's like, what? How is this possible? It's really hard to model spread widening, rollover in a computer model. So that's another one where it's like, it's one of the things that pushed me away from Forex. It was just way too hard to model a computer system and account for rollover, and not just account for it, but like, how do we like strategize around this, right? So that's one. Another issue you may come in is when to turn a system off, right? So there's still issues in terms of discretion in trading a algorithmic computer system. And one of those is, when do you shut the system off, right? Because you may discover you were wrong about something and the system doesn't work, or the system doesn't stops working because the world changed. Like for the dog, thumbs up for the dog. So there's a couple concepts. One of them is you set a max historical drawdown, right? There's a max historical drawdown. Say your testing period is 20 years, and at one point the most it ever drew down was X% for Y return. So you're going to set your position sizing based on that max drawdown and say, hey, that's probably about the biggest drawdown we're going to get. What do you do if price makes a new bigger drawdown, right? That's something that you have to have a plan of in advance. And there's a couple ways to think about shutting off systems if you're good at creating them. You want a system to be getting better, not worse, so you can take your historical backtest, your system, and plot a 200 moving average, and if it ever dips under the 200 moving average, you can say, hey, this system doesn't work anymore, let's stop. You could also say, hey, if it makes a new max historical drawdown, let's stop trading the system. So those are a couple things to keep in mind about managing the system. Related to Forex, there's other fees, right? Perpetual futures has holding fees. Forex has holding fees. CFDs have holding fees. Futures don't have holding fees but have rollover. And then there's commissions and spreads, right? So you do need to, in your computer backtesting, pad in costs or it's not going to be realistic. And there's also taxes, right? How are you paying your taxes? Are you going to pay your taxes with withdrawals and disbursements? Are you going to pay taxes out of income? Where are you going to live? So those are some of the issues. I'll try to rack my mind and think if there's more stuff we're running into. Well, another one is how to run bots if you partner with someone, and most exchanges, not all, give some kind of API key, which essentially you can give access to someone else of what you choose, so they can do everything but withdraw. You don't want them to be able to withdraw, right? So that's one way. Yeah, it's really interesting work to go down in terms of it's like a field of statistics, right? But yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a question of what to set the max drawdown to, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. The main thing is setting it very far from what would blow up your account, and also setting it, the more income you have outside of trading, the more and the more you're working outside of trading, less time you have to check, the more drawdown power you're going to have, right? The more comfortable. If your trading is your sole thing and you're focusing on it every day, you want that drawdown to be low. You want a lower number in the drawdown for psychological reasons. Let me see what else I can come up with in terms of common pitfalls of computer trading, developing systems. Another one is, okay, you can automate. There's additional costs to automate, right? You need to code it yourself, or you need to hire a dev, or you need to profit split. So another issue sometimes is you might develop a system that works good, but it's untradeable without automating. So there's additional costs to that, right? So I also like, if I'm going to manually trade anything, I like to have design it in a way where it's going to be relatively easy to trade. Like, it's just really higher time frame, closer to investing. That's important to me. But yeah, this is the way to go. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more interesting work. It's less compulsion addiction. It's more conceptual. And also it leads to a better place where you're going to have more free time. And then also you end up with assets, right? Where you have IP, right? You end up with these computer systems that you can sell or market or manage money, stuff like that. So, I mean, this is where you're working to build a trading business, not just have a trading practice, right? Or be a trader. So that's the way I think about it, is I have a trading business and I have 2 business partners and 2 traders in the business. I'm one of the traders. And I'm also looking for legal counsel. Again, I'm interested. I don't know how to do it. I may need to just hire someone off retainer. But I'm interested in hiring legal counsel as a business partner. And what that would look like would be giving a profit split. I don't know how that would work because I don't know how the lawyer would so I don't know what the ongoing, yeah, but if you're do legal work in the trading space, hit me up because I'm interested. Okay, now I'm back. I'm gonna chill for a bit. I'm gonna go surfing, maybe take a nap, and then we're gonna go. I got a pack for the Big Island. It's just a 24-hour trip, so I don't even think I need to bring very much at all. Yeah, as always, if you want to check out one of my computer systems, the one I think is the best one, the easiest to manually trade, there's a link to it down below. You can go check it out. Okay, appreciate y'all. Much love. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.